You're all warmly welcome once again to Joshua Okwuwe online maths class. In our class today, we'll be talking about multiplication of whole numbers. Multiplication of whole numbers. I advise you to pay attention, listen carefully, and see how we multiply whole numbers together. Okay, so we'll be taking a very first example now to demonstrate this. We'll be taking various examples today to demonstrate how we can actually multiply whole numbers together. For instance, you have something like, let's say, 35 multiplied by 6. 35 multiplied by 6. When you are solving this is the same thing as saying, let's say 35 like this, and then 6 multiply. Okay, how do you multiply? You say 6 times 5. Now, to enable us carry out multiplication of whole numbers like this, it's very important for us to learn or to understand our times table. So please, first thing first you need to learn is to make sure that you study your multiplication table very well. You should be able to recite it. As a pupil in the junior elementary or in the senior elementary, one key thing you must learn is to learn your multiplication table. So if you know you don't know your multiplication table, I encourage you to please study them very well from your 2 times at least to 12 times multiplication table, and not only that, know how to write them out on your own. Once you're able to do that, I'll show you multiplying any number like this won't pose any problem to you at all. So using what we have on the board here now, we have this 35 multiplied by 6. 6 times 5 is what? Is 30. 6 times 5 is 30. So what do we do? We're going to do what? We're going to write down the 0, carry what? 3. So write down 0, carry what? 3. 6 times 3 is the same thing as saying 3 times 6. Okay? So 6 times 3 is what? Is 18. 18 plus the 3 is what? Is 21. So the answer to this now is what? 210. So that is it. Very simple. This is how we multiply. It's not difficult at all. The bottom line is always remember, whatever you are using, whatever you are carrying forward, is very important for you to do what? To remember that. Okay? So it's very important for you to always remember that whenever you do what you multiply like this, you're going to write down this and then carry this forward. Okay? This one I will move downward, we move the 3 forward. Now let's take another example again to demonstrate how we can also multiply. For instance, we will multiply this time maybe a 3-digit number by just 1 digit. For instance, you have a question like this that says multiply, let's say 5 1 7 by, let's say, 5. Okay, multiply 517 by 5. All you do again, you write this out like this. Okay, you multiply now. We say 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is what? Is 35. So 35. Again, we'll write this down. 5. We'll carry what? 3 forward. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus the 3, that will give us what? 8. So you write down the 8 here. Okay, now we move again. 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is what? 25. So you write down what? 25 here, since we don't have any other number left. So that is it. Multiplication is also one of the simplest topic in mathematics. You can always multiply at any point in time. Okay, when you're teaching children this, or you have a child that is maybe in the lower elementary, okay, you can easily see that this is very simple. What do you need to do? What do you need to do when you want to learn first time how to multiply number? It is very important to emphasize to children that they need to do what? For study their multiplication table. Knowing their multiplication table is very, very what? Important. Once that is done, the rest things will be as simple as ABCD. Now let's assume we have another thing like this, another question like this now. Maybe this time now we want to multiply. Let's say we want to multiply a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number. How do we do that? For instance, you're asked to multiply. Let's say you're asked to multiply 1 4 145 by 23. 145 by 23. What do we do? Multiply 145 by 23. This here I say 1, right? 4, 5, then 2, 3. Like so we multiply. Now the business here is that we're going to use 3 now to multiply everything we are seeing here, and after that we'll use 2 again to multiply everything we are seeing here. Now watch out and see how I'm going to arrange, because arrangement is very, very important when you are multiplying. You don't just drop your numbers anyhow. So let's start from here now. So this is 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is what? Is 15. So what do? 15 as usual. Write down what? 5. Write down 5, carry 1 forward here. So 3 times 4 is what? Is 12. 12 plus that 1 is what? Is 13. Write down 3 will carry what? 1 forward. 3 times 1 is what? 3 plus that 1 is 4. Okay, we are done with that. Now I'm going to use 2 now to multiply everything there too. So I'm going to start with 2 now. 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is what? Is 10. Is 10. So I'm going to write down what? 0 under the 2. You see, since I'm using 2 now, so my 0 is going to be exactly under the what? Under the 2. So I'll write down 0, carry what? 1. 2 times 4 is what? Is 8. Plus the 1, 9. So you write it down here. So I'll now move again to the next one. 2 times 1 is what? Is 2. It's out like this. So what will I do to everything inside this box now? I'm going to do what? Add them together. So this is 5. 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 9 is 13. You write down 3, carry 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer is what? 3,335. So the business says that even if you are given what? 3-digit number to multiply by 2-digit number, is also very, very what? Simple. You can easily do that. Solve it at any point in time, and I'll show you will get your answer. Okay, it's not difficult. The bottom line is just remember that when you are multiplying, if you are starting with 2, remember to drop on the very first digit you are going to write down. Make sure you write exactly under 2. Arrangement is very, very what? Important. Don't write them anyhow. Don't just write them anyhow. If you write it anyhow, you arrange these figures anyhow, all these digits anyhow, you end up missing the answer. Now let's assume that you have another question now. Maybe this time a 3-digit number by a 3-digit number, it has to multiply. For instance, it has to multiply. Let's say it has to multiply something like 2, 5, 258 by, let's say 1, 2, 3. Okay, multiply 258 by 123. So how do we solve this? This is also very, very what? Simple. You can also do this. So we arrange now. Say 2, 5, 8. Write 1, 2, 3. They are multiplying now. So watch out and see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say that I'm going to use 3 to multiply everything I have in there. When I'm done, I'll use 2 also. After that, I'll use 1 before I'll now add everything together. So this is what? 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is what? 24. 3 times 8 is 24. So what do? You write down you have 24. You write down 4. You write down our 4. Carry what? Carry 2 forward. Okay, so when I say 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is what? Is 15. 15 plus the 2 that we are carrying forward, that is what? 17. So you write down what? 7. Carry what? 1 forward over here. So again, I will also say 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is what? 6. 6 plus 1 will give us what? 7. 7. So I'm done with this. So you take note that when I started with 3, I started dropping my answer. Immediately I multiply, I start exactly under what? 3. And you can see where I'm arranging them on a straight line. It's very important. Arrangement is very, very what? Important when you are multiplying. So the next one I'm going to do now, I'm going to use 2 now. So 2 times 8 is what? Is 16. 2 times 8 is 16. So what do? We'll drop the 6 here, carry what? 1 forward. This is 16 now. You write down 6, carry what? 1. So again, 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus the 1 is what? Is 11. So what do? I'll write down 1, carry what? 1 forward. 2 times 2 is what? Is 4. 4 plus 1 is what? Is 5. So I'll drop it out here like this. Okay? Now I'm done with that now. I'm left with 2 and 1 now. So I'll start with 1 again. 1 times 8. Since I'm starting with 1, so whatever I'm going to get, I'm going to make sure I write it exactly under 1. 1 times 8 is what? Is 8. 1 times 5 is what? Is 5. 1 times 2 is what? Is 2. I'll put this as what do? I will now add this now. I'll add everything I'm having here line by line. So this is 4. So I'm bringing this 4 down. 7 plus 6 is what? Is 13. So you write down 3, carry what? Carry 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 8 is what? 17. So you write down what? 7, carry 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 5 is what? Is 11. You write down 1, carry 1. 1 plus 2 is what? Is 3. So this becomes our answer 31,700 and what? 34. So that is it. This is how you multiply 3-digit by 3-digit number. Not difficult at all. Very, very simple. Now, there's one thing I want to tell us now under multiplication of what? Whole number. It's very easy for you to multiply whole numbers together too. And especially when you are multiplying by 10, 100, 1,000. Now, let me quickly show us something that you need to do. So you don't need to stress yourself going through this long route of multiplying each of the digits like this. For instance, you have a number like that says multiply. For instance, you have to multiply 36 by, let's say, by 10. 36 by 10. When you're looking at this number, you don't need to stress yourself. Okay, 36 times 10, what is the answer? All you need to do, the answer to this is what? 36 times 1 is what? 36. You add 0 to it, and that is your what? Your answer. Okay, you don't need to stress yourself at all. Okay, you don't need to stress yourself at all. You will have a number like, okay, multiply 169 by 100. Okay, the answer to this, don't bother, just forget the 0. All you need to do, 169 times 1 is the same thing as what? 169. Add the zeros to it. 0, 0. That is it. So the answer is what? 16,900. Take note of this. At any point in time, you are multiplying numbers, you have zeros attached to them. Just forget the 0. Just multiply the whole number and then add the zeros to it. Or you have something like, let's say you have 60, multiply 60 by, let's say, 30. Multiply 60 by 30. What will you do? Just forget these zeros. Just say 6 times 3 is what? Is 18. How many zeros do you have? You have 1, 2. So you add the 2 to it. And that is your answer. 1,800. Okay? So these are just shortcuts you use in multiplying what? Numbers that end with what? With zeros like this. You don't pay attention to the zero initially. You just multiply the what? The whole numbers there, and then you add the zeros to them. The same thing applies even if you are given 1,000, maybe you have 69 multiplied by what? By 1,000. You don't need to bother yourself. 69 times 1 is what? Is 69. Add the zeros to it. 1, 2, 3. And that is it. That is the answer. So please take note of this, what I just said now. When you are multiplying numbers like this that end with zeros like this, just take the whole number, multiply them, and add the zeros to them. Okay? Add the zeros to them, and that is it. So once again, you see that multiplication of number is actually very, very simple. All you need to do, go through this video over and over again, and then watch out for some little tricks that is involved. Okay, some common mistakes that pupils, students usually make either in exam or test. Watch out for them. Okay, I mentioned them here. Try to avoid them when you are solving questions. If you can abide by these things, I assure you, at any point in time you are given any number to multiply, you will be able to multiply it very well. Once again, if you have enjoyed what you have watched, we encourage you to please share our video with your friends and family. Don't forget to click the like button, and then Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, we encourage you, just click the subscription button. It's free, okay? We appreciate for that. Turn on the notification button so that whenever I upload new videos, you will be notified of them. Once again, thank you so much for visiting Joshua Online Maths class. Bye-bye.